What's up, page grubbers? I'm going to be talking about my biggest op from high school, the librarian. My audio might not be the best quality today because I'm home from college. If you subscribe, you will be able to see my audio once it becomes good again. But this is Brazil. I know for a fact this is Brazil, but I'm too washed to find it. Oh yeah, in high school, I was class president for 2 years. Nice, good stuff. At first I was class president because I just wanted to sort of have a positive impact and try to help improve my school. And obviously, it looks good in a college application, of course. I came into high school during COVID. There wasn't a whole lot going on. There wasn't a whole lot to do. And I wanted to try and plan events and I guess make some interesting stuff just for the people in my grade. But it was obviously difficult because of COVID. And so I would come up to meetings. I was the class president and there was a vice president, treasurer, and secretary. So we would just try to plan events. And every time there were these two teachers who were the class advisors, and they would just, pretty frequently, they would just shut us down. And I mean, obviously it kind of makes some sense because it's during COVID. So there's really not a whole lot that can be done, especially because my school is quite strict about all of that stuff. We really tried to plan things, have interesting stuff for students, and they just didn't. They literally didn't let us do anything. And so eventually we did work some stuff out, and it was nice. Eventually, I thought that was Iceland. But I was like, surely there's other languages that use those characters too. Maybe not. I might have just thrown. I should know that. Is that Polish? Yes. Polish city. It's reasonable that it's difficult to plan stuff, but there was just so little of anything that we could do at any time. There was just basically nothing. And so we're trying to figure out just stuff to do. And there's one time that the principal joined the call with us to try to help us plan stuff, because I'd actually reached out to him and asked, because I was just like we got to be getting something done, please. What's the point of being class president if I can't do anything, LV.LV. What is LV.LV? What country do I think .LV is? Slovakia. Latvia. I'm smart. Where's this? Clip up. Het Jerome Wi-Fi network. Yeah, well, a goofy language must be Dutch. Knew it. And this is US because there's American flags. Main library at Goodwood. Right, this looks like a freaking school. No front plates. At least that car doesn't have a front plate. I don't know where this is. How about North Carolina? I mean, I could have been farther away. So that was freshman year. Freshman year, kind of rough. Really couldn't do much. I think at the end of the year, we got some money from the school to give out free ice cream to the students. So that was actually pretty cool. But otherwise, we really couldn't do that much. Oh no, we also gave out free t-shirts. And so all of that was cool. But what we really wanted to do is try and do more of a social event, I guess, which is why we tried to give away the ice cream. But it ended up just being more of come get your free ice cream, see you later. And it wasn't really a real, man, I should know where this is, but I don't. Czechia, Poland. We got a little bit of stuff done my freshman year, and so it was okay. It could have been worse. Sophomore year was worse. And so you think, oh, surely it can't be worse, right? But no, in fact, sophomore year was actually worse. And that's because at the beginning of the year, the class advisors decided we could do an apparel fundraiser. And so after all freshman year of them trying to shut everything down, it's yeah, guys, we're doing an apparel fundraiser. Let's have this whole big event. It'll be really cool. We'll sell school merch for everybody. It'll raise money for our class. And we were sick. Wow, I sold. And so I was into that. All of us were pretty into that. And so we're okay, well, obviously we got to start planning. So we start planning. We come up with a little mock of the school's logo with the text on it to put on a shirt. and some other stuff. The class advisors go and they send us back a picture of a sweatshirt with our logo on it. And I send it to me, and so then I send it to the other class officers. And we agree, we're like, yeah, that looks good. And so I email them back, I'm like, hey, that looks sick. And they just launched the fundraiser. We hadn't really gotten to see much, we hadn't gotten to plan much. They just went straight and, launched this fundraiser. Like with almost, like obviously we'd done a little bit, but it was like, it felt to us like we've done barely anything. I get Oxford vibes from this trust. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it might just be the GOAT actually. We don't talk about what was it, like Italy on Mexico or whatever that was. Other than that, I'm the GOAT. Where is this though? Dude, I actually have no clue where this is. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Don't hear me out. It's US? Oh my God. All right, so sophomore year, they launched this fundraiser without us doing like anything. All of a sudden there's been, this 180 from trying to block everything to all of a sudden now they're trying to do stuff. Where this librarian comes in, there's this librarian, she's one of the class officers. What can we call her? Let's just call her Karen, not the most original name. And so Karen is definitely the more outgoing, the one who does a lot more stuff. She was typically the one who sent emails. Is Funchal Mexico? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Where's Funchal? Surely, maybe it's, wait, is it my bad? No, maybe bad. Oh wait, no, Funchal. I know where Funchal is. Wow, that was embarrassing. We don't talk about that. And so this librarian, she's the one who is doing Karen. Karen's doing a lot of our communications, sort of between me and the advisors and the principal and all these other people. Why do I not know where Lille is? I'm actually throwing. Is it in, Okay, whatever. Fasten seatbelt. Auckland. Nice. But yeah, so I go and I go to talk to Karen because I'm like, obviously I should be communicating about this because this is obviously, just quite frustrating. That they all of a sudden, from not letting us do anything, now they're doing stuff without really giving us much input. Because it's not that we want to control things, but it was just that we wanted to make positive change, get stuff done. And so I talked to her and I'm like, that's what I tell her. Like, I'm like, hey, it's really great that you're doing stuff for us, but I'd really appreciate it if, we could have a bit more input, get to do stuff, because obviously that's the reason that we're officers. And so I'm talking to this in the library. There's study halls in our library. So there's a bunch of students doing like quiet study. And she just starts she's going off on me. Like, it's crazy. And Stadtbibliothek. Wir sind in Deutschland. Vielleicht. Yeah, surely. Bahnhof.ch, Switzerland. Good thing I checked. She's having an absolute blast. Well, she's not really having a blast necessarily. She was pretty mad at me. Oops. The whole gist of it is she's probably screaming at me for like 10 or 15 minutes in the library. And then at the end of it, she's just like, and if you don't want me to do anything, then I won't. And I was like, damn. All right, Karen. By the way, if she's watching this video, that'd be pretty goofy. Pretty goofy. Whoops. But anyways, after that point, I was like, Vape Street. Yeah, guys, I found Vape Street. Drop a comment if you think I should go visit Vape Street. Yeah, I don't actually know where this is though. Well, it's English. What is EU? Ireland. Sure. All right, so she's just she finishes going off on me, and I'm just like, all right, how's it going? Casey Neistat. I'm just like, all right, well, guess I'm not going to be running for class president again next year, and you guys can figure that out, right? But yeah, that's the story. She was just this Karen jit. She was not the most pleasant to work with. And so I left. And that was the end of that.